My name is Mike Cafasso, that's Cafasso. I'm president of Common Spirit St. Mary Colburn Hospital here in Pueblo.
Just talk about the response for today.
Yeah, as you heard earlier from the Colorado State Patrol, we had been notified of what was classified then as a mass casualty event, which is anything with multiple potential victims. And we prepare for that by activating our incident command center throughout the hospital, which allows us to prepare for what's coming in. Everyone gets involved, everyone's lined up, and make sure we have everything from supplies to communications to the expertise necessary to handle a large volume of patients, which we were ready. As Officer mentioned, we prepare for this annually. We go through a training activity every year and utilize this very safe type thing. When I first heard it, I thought it actually was a drill, but it was just so in line with what we practice for each and every year.
How many patients did you all treat?
We are at 11 at this point in time, and they are still coming.
Got it. And what was it like? Oh, sorry. Just what was it like just treating all these patients for the most part? How did the hospital respond, all that stuff?
Well, we're ready and waiting for them once we're notified. I think we're about a 15-minute lead, so we knew everyone could get in place from the ambulance bay all the way through the rest of the house. The OR was ready, and the rooms are all set up, and we were ready to go, get them in, get them treated as quickly as possible, and get them in the appropriate areas. If surgery was needed, we were ready to go for that as well.
We heard minor to moderate injuries from the major. Is that pretty in line with what you guys are seeing?
Yes, anything that required a higher level of care could have been transferred up north where their tertiary level 1 trauma centers are up there. They're more aligned with the ability to handle it.
Have you seen any of those today?
Just one to my knowledge, Megan.
What kind of strain does a mass casualty event like this put on the hospital?
Well, as you can see today, it's everything stops. It's all hands on deck. So whatever we had going on is stopped. I won't say it's a strain because we're prepared for it. And when we have to bring people in, bring additional staff, nurses, physicians, they're all at the ready. They know that's part of the deal.
To your knowledge, did the high wind present any challenges for Flight for Life, for example?
Yeah, I did hear from Flight that they couldn't get up and land in an area. We did get some updates from them and actually had a visual from them at one point in time. But when the wind got so heavy, I think it was best for them to just lay low.
If needed, are they able to travel up north should that need a rise, or are they still grounded?
From the helicopter?
Yes.
It's a moment-by-moment thing. If the winds die down accordingly, that's exactly what will happen.
To your knowledge, are there people still coming in, or have you seen kind of that?
People are still coming in. I'd say it's slowed a little bit, but they're still coming in.
Would you say your team may have been extra prepared, being the only trauma center in town?
Oh, we're not the only trauma center in
not?
town, though.
Oh,
we're
shoot,
both hospitals have
okay.
level 3 trauma capabilities. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any coordination between you and some of the other trauma centers in town?
We're always in communication with the other hospitals, just because we all serve the same population, and that's really what we aspire to do. Competition being one thing, but when there's an issue like this, everybody steps up.
You said you were both level 3 trauma centers. I was just curious, kind of what defines like a level 1 trauma center up north from what we can do down here?
Well, I'd say level 3 there's 4 levels. Level 3 for us in our case, and I believe the other hospital is able to take just about any trauma patients that don't require extensive surgery, anything with brain injuries or anything of that nature, likely would be stabilized here and then shipped to a higher level of care. Level 1 trauma takes everything, and they have in-house neurosurgeon, they have in-house all the expertise they need 24/7. That's not something we have available.
Gotcha.
Of course, you're here alongside first responders on scene. What's your big message to the public being here?
Well, again, it was a great effort on the community's part. Everybody came together, local law enforcement and the school district, and just see how well we all work together whenever we have an event like this. It just like that, it all come together, and you just need to make a call and things start coming together. So frankly, it was quite impressive, but not surprising.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Again, thank you all for us to be able to communicate outward to the rest of the community, let it know everyone, we're all here to serve patients when we need to, regardless of who we are. Happy to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all. You bet.
Eric Knight, Pueblo Fire Department, ERICKNIGHT. I just heard some questions earlier I thought I could maybe expand on a little bit. City of Pueblo, along with District 60 and the American Red Cross, have set up a reunification site at Pueblo South High School. That'll be on the north side of the gymnasium in the north parking lot. If you need those services, you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS and just let them know you're looking for reunification services for the mile marker 92 incident on I-25. Someone asked about pets earlier. I can say that we have activated, the CART team was activated from the Colorado State University Extension Office, and they've set up transport for the animals to be transferred out of here and back to where they came from. We've had over 23 total agencies respond to this scene. Over 50 responders are currently on scene, and I have a list of those companies, and just so I don't miss any, I want to read them off my notes here. We have American Medical Response, Beulah Fire, Rye Fire, Pueblo Rural Fire, Colorado Springs American Medical Response, Pueblo Transit, D60, Emergency Services Bureau from Pueblo County, Pueblo Police, West Park, Pueblo West Fire, City Fire, USC Health, Parkview, Common Spirit Health, St. Mary Corwin, Pueblo County Coroner's Office, National Weather Service, Pueblo County Sheriff's Office, Pueblo Department of Public Health and Environment, Red Cross, CSU Extension CART Team, and the Colorado State Patrol. Just want to reiterate, those are over 23 agencies that all responded to this, and together over 50 responders are currently on scene assisting.
Just something you said off camera that I thought was interesting. How long have you been with Pueblo Fire Department, and in that time, have you ever seen anything like this?
I've been on the department for 23 years. This is probably the largest incident that I personally have been involved with.
Tell me about the procedure, what it looks like when you guys, for Pueblo Fire Department, get a call like this. What do you guys do? What does that look like?
Once we get the call, as we're rolling, we're getting constant updates from our dispatchers on our system. We can see, the need for additional resources. Our crews are highly trained. And they know, something like this magnitude, they'll get as many resources rolling as possible to assist in the mitigation of this.
What are some of the enhanced risks for fire that you all face during high wind days like this with blowing dust? Is there any risk of static electricity sparking a fire?
Well, the biggest risk, in weather like this is wind-driven fuel and dry fuels, low relative humidity, anything like that, just a small spark, and we're chasing fire. So, anytime weather's like this, we're on heightened alert, and any Red Cross days, obviously, we have the additional resources that we'll put to monitor that.
And then it was said earlier there were no fires sparked by this crash. What are some of the procedures in place that you all take once on scene to mitigate ongoing risk?
Right, we'll take precaution, knowing that can happen. Our crews they're always on the lookout. We will set up our engines to actively fight fire if we need to, and even have people specifically being on the lookout for anything like that, monitoring the fuels and the area around it. Any sign of fire, anything like that, we'll mitigate as soon as we could.
Can you clarify, we had originally heard that it was D70 who provided those school buses, but now we're hearing D60. Did both of them contribute, or was it one or the other?
I was told District 60.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Anything else that you'd like to add?
Sure.
Thank you for the time. Thank you. Anyone else?
Lieutenant Jeremy Santos, Animal Law Enforcement, JEROMYSANTOS.
I am Sergeant Tarango, Tarango, with the Humane Society of Pikes Peak Region Animal Law Enforcement Division.
I'm sorry, what was your first name as well?
Stephanie Tarango.
What was your involvement in the incident that took place today on North Mountain?
Well, our involvement was we were actually dispatched out from our call center. They let us know there was an agency assist and there may be animals there involved. So we sent 2 officers to assess the situation. When they arrived on scene, they noticed there was about 30 sheep that were there on scene and 1 goat. They assisted in gathering and herding the sheep and goat back to safety, to a safe trailer that they were able to gather them all with the fire department and some other agencies also involved. That I'm not too sure who, but they assisted also. So,
any of the animals injured?
From my understanding, there was at least 2 injured. I'm not sure of any other further details past that, but there were 2 injured.
I'm not sure if it's too soon to talk about this or not, but like if their owners are still alive or if they are part of the deceased, how do you go about each of those, like the reunification for each of those if they're alive or deceased?
Well, on that part, we were there to assist. So we were there, I know, to help gather those sheep and those goats to someone that was a caretaker for them. So I'm not sure past that extent, family members or anything like that involved in that. So.
Were there any, besides the sheep and the goat, any dogs, anything like that on scene?
No other animals as far as we know of after it was assessed and everything was looked at, just the goats and the sheep, or the goat and the sheeps.
Are any of the animals injured?
Yes, from my understanding there was 2 that were injured.
Anything else that you guys would like to add?
No, just that it was great for everybody, the community, to get together and take part of this, in an incident like this. That was, sad, but at least they were able to get together and help each other out, so that was a great part of it.
One thing I'm kind of curious about is just what does a normal day look like for you all with animal law enforcement, and then how does something like this really, what goes through your head when you get this call, 30 vehicle pile up and we need help with some animals? What's your all's initial response?
Sure, I'll let my sergeant actually talk on that a little bit more.
So on a regular day for an animal law enforcement officer, we are generally doing welfare checks and dangerous animal investigations. When we get calls like these, we do notify everyone involved. So we do have emergency response teams that do go out. We start communicating with where these livestock can go, how they can be housed, letting veterinarians know if we might be coming in with something injured. So that is where our brain goes, is in being a community, communicating well, and being able to help as best as we can.
And where, I apologize, I stepped away. Give me the number of injured animals.
2 from my understanding that were injured.
And were they sheep or goats?
Sheep.
2 sheep?
Yes.
And the total number of sheep, you know?
There was a total number about 30 sheep and 1 goat.
And any dogs?
No dogs that we were aware of. Yes, no problem.
Just real quick, this came up in some of the previous ones, so I apologize. Where is the animal reunification center for those owners?
Like I stated before, family members, from my understanding, were the ones that were able to get those animals, and they were able to safely transport them to that trailer and get them together. So.
I missed that note.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.